Welcome. In this video, we will learn how to construct a confidence interval for a population proportion. This is a fundamental concept in statistics that allows us to estimate unknown percentages in a large group based on a smaller data sample. First, we must distinguish between the population and the sample. The large circle represents the entire population. It has a true, but usually unknown, proportion of success, which we call P. The smaller circle is our sample. From this sample, we calculate the estimated proportion, which we call P hat. Our goal is to use this P hat to estimate the true P. Here is the formula we will use. It looks complex, but it has three main parts. We start with P hat, our point estimate. Then, we add and subtract a value calculated by multiplying the critical value, Z star, by the standard error. This creates a range of values around our estimate. Let's break it down. P hat is simply the number of successes, x, divided by the total sample size. And for example, if you flip a coin 10 times and get 7 heads, your sample proportion of heads is 7 out of 10, or 0.7. Next is the critical value, Z star. This number comes from the standard normal distribution and determines our confidence level. For a 95% confidence interval, which is the most common, Z star is 1.96. This means we are reaching out almost 2 standard deviations to capture the true parameter. The expression inside the square root is the standard error. It measures how much we expect our sample proportion to vary from the true proportion if we were to take many samples. A larger sample size, n, will result in a smaller standard error, making our estimate more precise. When we multiply Z star by the standard error, we get the margin of error. This represents the total distance from the center of our interval to either end. It defines the width of the net we are casting to catch the true population proportion. Before we calculate anything, we must check 3 conditions. First, the data must be random to avoid bias. Second, the normal condition requires at least 10 successes and 10 failures in our sample. Third, the observations must be independent, meaning our sample size shouldn't exceed 10% of the total population. Let's try an example. In a survey of 100 students, 60 prefer streaming movies. We want a 95% confidence interval. Here, n is 100 and x is 60. We calculate P hat as 0.6. Since we want 95% confidence, our Z star is 1.96. We also verify that we have enough successes and failures. Now we plug the numbers into the formula. We have 0.6 plus or minus 1.96 times the square root of 0.6 times 0.4 divided by 100. After simplifying the math, we get a margin of error of roughly 0.096. This gives us an interval from 0.504 to 0.696. Finally, we interpret our result. We state that we are 95% confident that the interval from 0.504 to 0.696 captures the true proportion of students who prefer streaming. Remember, the interval provides a range of plausible values for the unknown population parameter.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.